Disney's final film of the year, a prequel sequel. Mufasa the Lion King is in cinemas across the UK, so let's talk about it. Why hi, thanks for tuning in, welcome back to another video. A brand new movie review. Today I'm talking all about Disney's final movie of the year, the prequel that's a sequel. Mufasa the Lion King is in cinemas across the UK. It dropped on the 20th of December, and as always, before I start talking about it, just a friendly reminder that these are just my thoughts, so let this dictate whether or not you decide to go and see the film. You might go and see it and feel totally differently to me, and that's okay, because movies aren't made to cater for everyone. Without any further ado, let's start talking about it, and it is definitely not like I've just recorded the Sonic movie review and then recording this one straight away. No, don't want to ruin the illusion. Do not want to ruin the illusion, but that's definitely not what's happened. But anyway, let's start talking about it. And obviously, the 2019 live action remake of The Lion King grossed, I think, over $1.6 billion at the box office, which is an incredible amount, and it is one of the biggest. I think it is in the top 10 films of all time, or it's just like top 11, top 12, or top 10, something like that. Best films of all time. The highest grossing films of all time, I should say. And I was quite excited to hear about a second live action Lion King. I really enjoyed the first one, and I was really intrigued by this. And because of the fact it's quite confusing, this is an original story that's considered a sequel to the live action. It's a bit confusing. It's an original story, and it really does beautifully tell the story of Mufasa's origins, Scar's origins. It does tell this beautiful story really well, and it does beautifully transition into the 2019 live action Lion King. So I can only imagine how good a double bill would be. Watching Mufasa straight into the live action Lion King, I think would be a really good combination back to back. I just feel like this film again was very, very long. It had a 2-hour runtime, which is the same as the 2019 Lion King, live action Lion King even. And I feel like it is a bit unnecessary for it to have this long of a runtime. I feel like there's definitely moments where it's like nothing's really happening here, and you could be swiftly moving on with the story. Having said that, I like the way that they portray this story. It's a story being told to Simba's child, but in doing that, the story's being told to Simba's child, but also to us. It's a really nice way they portrayed this story, and I really enjoyed that. The songs, as always, are great. Lin-Manuel Miranda is providing genius songs for this film, and the score is great as well. I cannot fault that in the slightest. And I caught this film in 3D. Now, I don't know whether Disney released things in 4DX or IMAX or ScreenX. I've never been able to see anything in 4DX or IMAX or any of that. I really want to. It's on my bucket list, but I've never been fortunate enough to catch something in 4DX or IMAX. I have seen things in 3D, and I know Disney released things in 3D. The last thing I caught in 3D was Lightyear a couple of summers ago, and I remember being a little bit disappointed with it. I just didn't think the 3D was that great. This film in 3D is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's a visually stunning film anyway, and then to have that enhanced by 3D was just breathtaking in my opinion. So if you get the chance to see this film in 3D, I'd 100% recommend you do it, because it really just made the whole experience 10 times better. So definitely go and check it out in 3D if you can. I just feel like this film can be very confusing at times. I did struggle to fully understand what was going on. There were moments where I understood more what was going on, and then I was like, oh no, I don't understand what's going on anymore. Oh, right, okay, that makes sense now. Oh, I don't know again. And I was kind of in and out of that kind of state of mind. But to add to that level of confusion, lions look the same. And I was like, oh, who's who? And I was going, yeah, right, okay, this is Mufasa. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's not Mufasa. Oh, that's Mufasa. Right, okay, so I've been following the completely wrong character. I'm confused again now. And, you know, that to me really confused me, because I was like, oh, they all look the same. I don't know who's who. So that added to the level of confusion for me. It's quite a dark film. It's very dark, so it sort of sends you to sleep because it is so dark. You're thinking, oh, I'm nodding off here. Not because the film's boring, just because I'm such a dark room. But this film is a really good film. I'm not gonna flaw this film it is really good, and it really beautifully sets up this story for The Lion King, and it works. We get a really clear origin story for everyone. It sets it up perfectly. The only other thing I could potentially say is a flaw: Pride Lands all look the same, don't they? Where this movie is set, it's just fields. It's just deserts. Not deserts, but it's just fields and empty land and rocks and caves. Other than that, there's not much else they can do with background and scenery for this film. So, with that in mind, it does get a little bit, oh my gosh, it's the same thing over and over again. And because of that, you do start to lose interest a little bit, because the setting has to stay the same throughout the entire film. There's nothing else they can do. They can't just magically put the Empire State Building in the middle of The Lion King, because they can't. It wouldn't work. So it's not a flaw. It's not a flaw, because what else can they do? But when you've got a film of this length, it can be a bit like, oh gosh, I need something else to happen just to get me that little bit of a hit to go, zone back in. Do you know what I mean? That probably made no sense. But other than that, I do feel like this was a really, really good film. And I do feel like it is getting really harsh criticism and feedback. For what reason, I don't know. I don't think it's Disney's best project, but I think it's still pretty good. But I do feel like it is getting some very harsh criticism. But not from me, because there is my thoughts on Mufasa the Lion King in cinemas across the UK right now. The soundtrack is available on all streaming platforms, and you may be lucky enough to go and get an activity sheet and poster. And if you see it in 3D, you may be lucky enough to get a 3D poster from Cineworld. My Cineworld, again, ran out of posters, so I wasn't lucky enough to get one. But if you do go ahead quickly and rush down to go and see it, you may be lucky enough to go and get your hands on one of them. And there you go, like I say, there's my thoughts on Mufasa. Before I wrap up, what do I rate it out of 10? And will be buying it on DVD. I'm giving this film a 6.5 out of 10. I tossed and turned between a 6 and 7. Couldn't make my mind up and went in the middle. 6.5. And will I be adding it to my DVD collection? Yes. I enjoyed it. I really, really did. It was a good film. Just a bit long and a bit repetitive. So it's not one I'm going to rewatch straight away, but I would love to have it as part of my collection. So there you go. There's everything I've got to say on Mufasa. As always, in the description below is the movie plot, a link to the movie trailer, as well as a link to my movie review playlist, which features every single movie review that I've ever done. Plenty more to come very soon. And as far as I'm concerned, there will only be one more movie review of 2024, and that is Robbie Williams' biopic, Better Man. It drops in cinemas across the UK on Boxing Day, so hopefully we'll get a review of that very, very, very soon. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video, and hopefully another movie review very soon.